Okay. Welcome to the fall Poet Within and Without Poetry reading. For the last 9 weeks, the poets have been getting together every Tuesday and writing a different form of poetry. And this fall, the very first week, we started off with the Obede, which is a poem that's dedicated to dawn. And the traditional Obede observes lovers that are parting at dawn. And when it's written in the traditional fashion, it has a dialogue between the lovers as they're parting. And usually there's some watchman warning them that dawn's approaching and they have to make their escape. So you may see some dialogue in some of the Obeids that you'll hear tonight. And then the second week, we wrote the Sankain. And the Sankain is a 5-line, 15-word poem. And it's an excellent poem to write because it forces you to absolutely crunch everything down into its minimal size. And so it makes for some pretty impactful imagery. And then the third week, we did the triplets, Triolet and Terzarima, and they're poems that run on close rhymes. And they're really cool poems, and kids love them because, of course, kids love rhyme, and they run on tight rhymes, and they're good that way. And then the fourth week, we did pastiche, and pastiche is when you emulate the voice of a poet that you love. And the thing that I found so cool about the pastiche, anytime the poets write the pastiche, in my opinion, they've transcended the poet that they're pastiching. So, they're pretty awesome. It's like it improves your poetic voice just like that. And then on the fourth week, we did language poetry, which is a poetry movement that followed close after the beats. And the beats, of course, you know what the beats were, and then the language poets took it one step further, and it's all about deconstructing language to force new meaning from it. And the thing that's cool about language poetry is that it's participatory, so that the reader helps give the meaning to the poem just by listening. And then on week 6, we did a workshop poem. And this poem is, everyone has the same task they look at an image of something, they have 10 words that they have to follow, and a certain poetic form that they have to write in. And so everybody's workshop poem, though they all started from the same place, are completely different, which is like a testament to the creative mind. And then week 7, we did the Sestina, which is the hardest poem to write. The master troubadours had a contest to see who could write the hardest poem, and the Sestina won. And, of course, everyone here has written one, or more than one. And then week 8, we did narrative ballads. And, of course, narrative ballads can be stories or songs. And then week 9, we always finish off with free verse, because after you've grueled away and learned every kind of form and style, it's good to break loose and just be free. So, tonight we are going to begin with somebody who's not here. And I have an online student, Kimberly Morgan. She lives in LA, but they don't have a poetry class like this in LA, so she's my online student. And since she can't be here tonight, while we're enjoying the twinkly new snow, she is like being saturated by the sun. But this is Kimberly. Kimberly has always been a poetry fan and keeps copies of her favorite poets on her bedstand so she can fall asleep and dream in poetry. One day it dawned on her that her interest in poetry was all about her own inner poet looking for expression. So she picked up her pen and let her imagination fly. Kimberly's poetry muse has a sharp eye, sharp mind, exudes warmth, and has a signature humor that keeps her and everyone amused.